What is JPA and Hibernate?
JPA stands for Java Persistent API. It is the implementation of a Hibernate, which this allows.
JPA is implementation of Hibernate, or Hibernate is implementation of JPA?
Hibernate is implementation of a JPA.
Okay. What is ORM?
ORM stands for Object Relation Mapping. ORM, which is used to maps the Java object to the database.
You know JDBC? What are the steps we need to perform to get the data from the database? Put mapping. You know put mapping?
Yes.
What is that?
Put mapping is the HTTP method which we are using for the updating the resources which are existing in the database table.
How MySQL is getting integrated into Hibernate? What difference you observe between Eclipse and STS? Anywhere, guys, just to guide you all, whenever somebody asks you about technical things, then you should be telling 1 or 2 lines about the project. But what it is expected that you'll be talking technical. Postman is not there, then how will you test APIs? What is singleton design pattern? Hello everyone, this is Kiran. आज हमारे साथ श्वेता है. Shweta is from Pote College, Amravati. She did her engineering there, and she did MBA also. And she has good score, academic score, and she is into Java, Hibernate, Spring, and all. Okay, so welcome, Shweta.
Thank you,
Okay, so let's start. So I'll be coming directly to projects.
Okay.
Okay. So what is this Project Excellence Navigator?
So basically, the Project Excellence Navigator.
So what I need in this,
Okay.
I will need technical things.
Sir, this project is from my academic.
Yeah, but some technical things you might have used, right?
Okay.
So speak on the technologies.
Okay. So basically, I use the technology C#, .NET, MySQL, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript.
Mm-hmm.
In this, I when the student submit the abstract, it might check if there is any matches of the one minute. It is matches above the 30%, then it rejects, not submitted to the, not move forward to the guide, and for that it reduces the time of guide also and student also, because I faced the problem when my teacher said that this repeated idea you have to work on that. This idea may be used by the seniors, so you have to work on that. So first problem which I face is the abstract selection, means the project abstract selection. So I developed such a project which detects the abstract which is greater than 30%, so it not move forward to the guide. This is my basic approach.
Yeah, so this is project, but technically how you achieve that?
I uses like for loop. For that, like if firstly there is abstract from the data which submitted text file.
Mm-hmm.
Then it abstracts all the things. Then it matches to the database file. If there is a matches of 30%, above the 30%, then it rejects. And the content which is copied, like this content is repeated, so you have to improve that project, or maybe some adding another project.
Okay, so any libraries you have used for that?
No.
No. Okay, no problem. Then another project is Mood Sync.
Yes.
What is that?
Mood sync means based on the moods. Like we have used this Spotify app.
Mm-hmm.
We have to search on this app what type of songs we want. But I developed such a web application where we can select the mood based on the mood. We have to the list of the moods are appears. Like we have to select sad mood. Then only sad type of a mood is visible to the users.
Okay. So what is the role of Spring Boot in that project?
Role of Spring Boot in that project, it auto configure the file. It also provide the Tomcat server, and also Spring Boot. We have created 3 classes like a controller, service, and also model data, and also repository.
What is this Smart Shop?
Smart Shop is based on the React.js. Basically, React.js and Spring Boot. This application is for this Smart Shop is used for the application where customer can purchase the products and all details. Like we are taking example of Amazon. This type of project is this.
Okay, so all these 3 projects are there. Okay,
Yes.
so I would expect you to read more about these projects.
Okay.
Go into these projects once again, see how technicality is implemented there. Okay. When somebody asks like how this Spring Boot is used in this project, means He's not asking about Spring Boot, right?
Okay.
So he's asking you about how Spring Boot is used in that, how many APIs has been created, how many controllers has been created, what those controls were doing, how controls were getting called to service, how many tables has been created, how Hibernate is integrated. So like that. You understood?
Okay,
So
okay.
anywhere, guys, just to guide you all, whenever somebody asks you about technical things, then you should be telling 1 or 2 lines about the project. But what it is expected that you'll be talking technical, like core Java which we use for writing a logic, then Spring Boot is for receiving a request, and then from front end we have used React where through routing we used to receive a data. Then I have used Hibernate to integrate with the database like that. Okay. So whenever it has been asked technical question, so you'll be responding with the technical answers. Okay.
Okay.
So no problem. Good try. Everybody tries on these questions. Then you wrote something called REST API. What is that?
Yes. REST API we are using in our projects like there are 4 types we are using for getting the request from the users, and there are 4 types of methods for a REST API like HTTP request, like get, port, boost, delete, patch. These are some methods.
Mm-hmm. So what is that REST? REST means what?
A RESTful API.
Okay. So can we use Hibernate in RESTful APIs?
Yes, we can use Hibernate with RESTful APIs. Like in a controller, we have uses the gate mapping gate. Then this controller connects to the service layer, then connects to the Hibernate like a Spring Data JPA.
Okay, Spring Data JPA.
Yes.
So what is JPA and Hibernate?
JPA stands for Java Persistent API. It is the implementation of a Hibernate, this allows
JPA
the
is implementation of
No, no.
Hibernate or Hibernate is implementation of JPA?
Hibernate is implementation of a JPA.
Okay, great.
It has the inbuilt methods like a save, find all.
Mm-hmm.
These are some inbuilt
What
methods.
these methods do?
Like a save means it saves the data. Find all means it can find the data, and find means find for particular. Like also we created the inbuilt methods like find by ID, find by name.
Okay, what is ORM?
ORM stands for Object Relation Mapping. ORM which is used to maps the Java object to the database.
Why ORM is better than simple JDBC?
ORM is better because in a JDBC we have to connect the Java application to Java application to databases. Also, we have to write a SQL queries. If developer doesn't know about the SQL, so it might be the problem. And if he uses the ORM, it supports the HQL, means hyper query language. So we have to only write the simple objects for that.
Okay. You know JDBC? What are the steps we need to perform to get the data from the database?
Get the data from the
Database.
For getting the data from the database, firstly we have to load the driver, then created the connection, then created the query using the statement and prepare statement, and then result set. After that, closing the connection.
Okay. How to load driver?
Using java.util.sql. Yes.
A class.format.
Yes. Dot. But it not need to be. This is not need now.
Okay.
Yes.
Great. Then you wrote Spring Boot, Spring MVC, right?
Yes.
So what is that Spring MVC, Spring Boot? Both are different or same?
It is a model view. Spring MVC means model view architecture, and Spring Boot is a framework.
Mm-hmm. So what is difference? Like, can we use Spring MVC inside Spring Boot?
Yes.
We can.
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell me some annotations in Spring Boot?
Yes, there are different types of annotation. First one is @Spring Boot application, @configuration, @autowire, @component scan, or @component. These are some annotation we are using in the Spring Boot.
Spring Boot application, what it does?
Spring Boot application, it is the main entry point of the Spring Boot application. It is the combination of three Spring annotation. First one is @configuration. Second one is @component scan, and third one is @enable auto.
Yeah, you can tell answers very slowly, no problem. Okay, take pauses in between. Okay. So can you tell me once again? Spring Boot application, what it does?
Spring Boot application is the starter point of the application, and it is the combination of three Spring Boot application. First one is @configuration. Second one is @enable auto configuration, and third one is @component scan.
Great. What is the difference between ads repository and ad service?
What's all?
Difference between ad service and ad repository?
Ad service and ad repository. @service. Okay, @service annotation which we are using in the Spring Boot application when the class which has a business logic, when then this class is under the @Spring Boot @service, and second one is @repository, which is used for the database, which is this to communicate with the database. So this class is represented as @repository.
Okay. And to create a Spring controller and REST controller, what is the difference?
Spring controller we are using the @controller, and
Very
for the
good.
REST controller we are using the @REST controller, and REST controller is the combination of a request body as well as controller, and by using the @controller we are dealing with the pages and views, and with the help of @REST controller we are dealing with the data.
Okay. Like put mapping, you know put mapping?
Yes.
What is that?
Put mapping is the HTTP method which we are using for the updating the resources which are existing in the database table.
But if I use post mapping instead of put mapping, will it possible or not?
Post mapping which is used for not updating the details. Post mapping which is used for the adding the resources.
How you integrate Hibernate in a Spring Boot?
With the help of a Spring Data JPA, I can integrate the Hibernate with the Spring.
Yeah, but what do you need to write for that?
Firstly, I added the dependency into the form.xml, which is a Spring Data JPA. And secondly, we have to create one class with the annotation of @repository, not a class, it is a interfaces, and which implemented the JPA.
Okay.
Yes.
Got it. So now MySQL is there, right? How
Yes.
MySQL is getting integrated into Hibernate?
MySQL is integrated with the Hibernate with the help of a Spring Data JPA. Like we are adding the in application.properties, we have to passes the password, also the password, its name. So in that way, MySQL identifies which database is and what is its password. In that way, they can communicate. And in application.properties, we have to also passes the table name, not table name. Database
So
name.
application.properties is used for configuration, you are saying?
Yes.
Okay. GitHub. Git is of which company?
Sir, I don't know.
No. Okay. Can we do Spring Boot project without Maven?
Spring Boot project without Maven. Yes, we can.
How?
We can create without a Maven, but it takes a lot of time for building, because Maven is a built-in automation tool which provides you the dependency and generate the jar files. So it is Maven which is used for the developer and test to not consume their developers and tester time. But we can build a Spring Boot without a Maven.
Okay. So it will take time, you are saying, right?
Yes.
Which MySQL version you have used?
8.
8. Okay. What difference you observed between Eclipse and STS?
Firstly, I uses the Eclipse for the creating the Java. Then Eclipse. Then I switches to STS, because in the Eclipse we have to firstly go to the Chrome browser. Then we have to type spring.io. Then we have to install the jar files. Then into the Eclipse we have to import that file, and then project is created. But STS provides you the
Inbuilt features.
inbuilt features for that.
What you wrote this VSC?
Visual Studio Code.
Okay. Can you tell me any shortcut in Visual Studio Code?
Means
Any shortcut?
Initial.
Like opening a file or something.
No, sir, I don't know.
You don't know. Okay. If Postman is not there, then how will you test APIs?
If Postman is not there, I uses the. I can use. I prefer another tool for that, but I don't know the name. And if Postman is not there, I'd have to create a JSP pages and then have to test this.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So any collection thing you have used in your this Spring Boot? Like Spring Boot, you want to achieve something, right?
Yes.
Correct. So collection you might need to use, like fetching employees, right? From the
Yes.
database. How you fetching? How you are fetching?
Uh,
So where you are using a collection framework here?
in collection framework, like I uses the list, array list, hash set, hash map. This
Yeah,
is
so
all.
where it will be getting used? See, I want to get an employees
Yes.
through API. Where this array list will be used?
Array list is used to getting firstly we uses the in the controller we uses the get mapping method. Then we have to store the employee details like student details or employee details in the lists. So for that we uses the collection, array list collection.
Yeah. So while fetching a data like get, find all,
Yes.
it is returning a list only, right?
Yes. Yes.
You know stream APIs?
Yes,
Lambda?
it is a Java 8 feature. Stream API and Lambda is the Java 8 features. And Lambda means it is a short way to write the anonymous function. Means anonymous function means it has a no name. So this type of a function is like functional interfaces. To write a functional interfaces, we use the Lambda expression.
Mhm.
And a stream API which is used to perform the operation on a data like a collections. Like we have to inbuild methods like a sort method, filter, this map method. These are some methods of a stream API.
Okay. If I want to sort, means let's say in a release, lot of student data is there,
Yes.
having age. Okay.
Okay.
So I want to fetch all the students having age less than 30.
Less than 30.
How will you do through Stream API?
I use the filter method for that. Using this, I fetch the data. If means age is above 30 or less than 30. So
Less than 30.
less than 30. So I pass the parameter for that, like less than 30. On the basis of this, filters the data.
Okay. So I tried to take your interview on all the topics which you have listed. Okay.
Yes.
So 5 questions I'll ask on core Java.
Okay.
Do you know any final class in Java?
Yes,
Inbuilt?
yes, I know the final inbuilt final class in a Java, which is a string. It is a final class in Java.
Okay. Do you know any abstract class in Java?
Abstract class, which is a abstract list, is a abstract class in Java.
Very good. Can you, if I don't want to create object of a class outside of that class, okay, how will you restrict people?
Using the final keyword, I restrict that.
But final is
No,
not
no.
for.
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, I have one class.
Yes.
I don't want people to make object of this class from this class. So what you will do in this class?
So I final the constructor. So
Constructor cannot be final. Private constructor.
yes, private.
Yeah.
I use the private modifier for that. So its object cannot be created outside of the class,
Mhm.
and its child class also not created.
But what is singleton design pattern?
Single inheritance design pattern is the pattern where all the features like a constructor, methods into one classes.
Okay. Now last question: why Java doesn't support multiple inheritance?
Java doesn't support a multiple inheritance because it causes a diamond problem. Diamond problem is the problem when there is a two parent classes and one classes. Both have a same method like a start method, and both having implementation also. So Java may be confused, like JVM may be confused what type of a method which we have to implement. That is why multiple inheritance not supported by the Java with the help of a class, but it can be achieved with the help of interfaces, because interfaces having an abstract method, and abstract method doesn't have any implementation. That is why it is achieved through the interfaces.
Okay. So okay, Shweta. So I asked you many questions, and now my feedback is for this. This feedback is for everyone. Like always remember what question is being asked. how much that limit of question length of question answer should be. While communicating, always be slow. Okay.
Okay.
Keep your voice modulation proper, slow. मतलब आराम से होना चाहिए ताकि किसी को लगे नहीं कि आप जस्ट आंसर दे रहे हो, गोडाउन में से निकाल निकाल के दे रहे हो, काइंड ऑफ. It's not about you, but this should be taken care. Okay, grammar is good. Go in depth. These are all basic questions again. For everyone, those who are seeing this mock questions will be at the high level these days. Okay, because AI is coming. You might have seen that ChatGPT, everything it does, Codex, Claude, you might have heard, right?
Yes.
So questions are now at the tough level.
Yes.
They're asking like how to do clone of any object.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, like if data is there in one object, then why to do deep cloning? Why to do shallow cloning?
Yes.
Correct. So like that questions will be there. Like questions will be why to use reflection. In which use cases you will be using reflection, or in your project, what are the problems you have faced,
Yes.
and where you took time to solve those, and how you have been solved. Like that questions everybody needs to prepare. So Shweta, I really liked what you have done and what you have tried to give answer, and every answer was correct again. Yeah, but be slow while giving answers.
Yes.
Okay. So
This
great.
is my major weakness. I am getting very fast.
Yeah, no problem. So it can be improved, right?
Yes. Yes.
That's why we are taking this interview. Now you have given this interview. This will be publicly available. This interview, and it's very simple that you are going to get confidence out of it.
Yes.
You got you got to know your mistakes, right? It is getting recorded. If you don't record things, then you will not know what you have done, right? Every time we feel confident, means हम हमारे बारे में full confident होते हैं कि हम सही करते हैं, है ना?
Yes.
तो ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. So thank you, Shweta. Okay, no problem. So we'll meet again in the next interview. Prepare well, okay? And best wishes for your placement. Okay. So thank you.